figure you out. It just seems like you're kind of suspect.
Suspect.
You happy some days and some days you're not?
I'm here.
You just here?
I'm living life.
Okay. You better be good too. Or it's gonna be some consequences. Cause I know how to do time. They're trying to figure you out. It just
What's up, party people? Welcome to my channel. I am Erica Edwards, and this is Exactly Erica. Tonight, we're talking Life After Lockup, season 412, season 4, episode 12. Let's get into it, people. Let's make it happen. We're going to do it pretty quick and dirty tonight, since it's a late night. So this episode, Bond Girl, is really a shout out to Lindsay and Deontay. We see Lindsay's true gangster style. So right when she's going for a job interview, she gets a call. One of her friends is getting locked up, so she has to bail him out. That's when we find out that she was like this big time unemployed felonious mischief. But we find out in this episode and the last episode that she's like this drug dealer that had her friend holding drugs. So meanwhile, Deontay is driving to Mississippi from Virginia and talking to her on the phone and trying to be supportive of her jailhouse ways. So come to find out, her friend needs $789 to get bailed out. And Deontay is like, do you even have $789? And Lindsay doesn't quite respond, but, or she doesn't let him know that she has drug money saved up with her friend. So, but I like that Deontay doesn't offer to give her the money. He's kind of offended, but he doesn't understand it, as he would say, but he supports it. Meanwhile, she's trying to get the money and get it to her friend before, so he doesn't have to spend the weekend in jail. Like she's, Supergirl or something. And so we see her with her friend Blaine here, who has been riding her around, has took her to a job interview, and he hooked her up with the interview, but now he's, she's missing the interview to go bail out a jailhouse friend. And he tells her in this clip here, in this picture, we can't keep chasing this game. We ain't going to last. That means you going to go back to prison, girl. So... And also, she indicates in this episode that she has warrants. So eventually, you're on TV. You don't think they can find you? Like, I'm confused by that. So, excuse me. So, so she gets the money together. But unfortunately, by the time, so she and Blaine both got warrants. So the police, I guess, don't watch TV in Corinth. So they both have warrants, so they can't go to bail out their friend. So they have another guy come, and by the time he gets there, he too is unable to bail him out. So, so that's kind of a wash on the Deontay and Lindsay. So let's move on to our next couple, Sean and Sarah. Okay, so the whole thing is we don't know, or I guess we're supposed to assume that Destiny is actually pregnant by Sean the same way Sarah is, which seems totally insane. But be that as it may, Sarah tells him she does not want Kelly to come to the wedding. She would love for her kids to be there, but not the baby mama. And even though she tells Sean this, Sean invites Kelly, and then I believe he also says Destiny can come. And Destiny is planning a pregnancy surprise on their wedding day. So, this episode, I think for me, I would give it like a 4. It wasn't too popping, but that pretty much is it for Sean and Sarah this episode. Kevin and Tiffany. Again, how many times do I have to say it? Their relationship seems fake, and more fake. Okay? So in this episode, I don't know, I guess he got a job, so he's at work or something. So she starts going through his things, and she finds a pair of panties that aren't hers. Shocker, he's been cheating on you all along. You're well aware of it, and to some extent, you all are looking for a new woman. So a new girlfriend for both of you all to get with. So I don't know why she's so offended. She calls her girlfriend, and her girlfriend tells her, "Oh, write him a nasty note." Why? Y'all not really even together. Like, just... So she writes a note, and what's so funny, she packs her bags, like, I'm out of here. She had one bag. You were only there for one night. It was an overnight bag, so go home and come back another day. Like, it just totally pointless. But she leaves him a little note saying, I know these aren't yours, but I still think the door is open. She probably, maybe she's trying to get auditions. I'm not sure really why she's even on the show, but she'll be back. That's pretty it for those two. Marcelino and Brittany. All right, so they're keeping up the marital drama. So here we see Brittany and Marcelino. Marcelino left the kids with her, and kind of ruined her showing the last episode. So he comes home 7 hours later. You know what I'm saying? Like she asked him where he's been. This is what happens.
One eternity later.
Okay, Marcelino shows up. She asks him where he's been, and he's like, out. So the whole episode, really, he's kind of disrespectful. He's giving her the side eye. He's really angry about this fallout, about this threesome that they had. I guess clearly she liked Amanda. She liked the kitty more than the whatever. So he's like holding that against her and really resentful, and he doesn't like staying home with the kids. I'm still not sure where their money is really coming from because she hasn't closed a deal yet, so maybe they're doing cameos or OnlyFans. I don't know. But she's irritated with him, so she takes his phone, and I thought she was going to find, numbers or something, or someone he had been conversing with, but he's watching porn on his phone. And she's so angry because he'd rather see naked porn stars than to see her naked. Okay. So that seemed a little bit produced. So here they are going to the therapist. Now, the whole time, this is Marcelino's face during therapy the entire time. He's always giving her the side eye. He barely says anything. And it's only in his confessionals where we find out what he's really angry about. And she's in there crying, acting her ass off, or I don't want to say that. Maybe she was really upset. But she's in there crying, etc. And Marcelino, doesn't seem to give a fuck. He don't care. So he just basically looking at her like, whatever, So nothing kind of gets settled because Marcelino never opens up, at least not to the therapist or to Brittany. So, Chazz and Bronwyn. Yes, these crazy kids. So, Bronwyn, we left off with, she's actually Skyping Chazz or FaceTiming him from her ex Aaron's home. And so Aaron doesn't quite make a play, but he lets it be known that it's hard for him to imagine her with someone else. And basically everybody's trying to get her to stay in Oregon, where she basically is 3 steps away from being a crackhead again, instead of going out to Kentucky to be with Chazz, who is basically helping her get clean, probably paying all of her bills, etc. But, so I don't know. We don't really see what's going to happen between her and Aaron. I think she'd been already dropped the draws, but we don't actually see that in this episode. So then Chazz and Bronwyn, I guess this is like their 1-year anniversary. They still haven't had sex. She still has panic attacks just thinking about it. But she dresses up. She has some roses in the background. And he has some champagne, but she's on parole or whatever, so she can't drink. It's kind of cheesy. I feel so sorry. Here's Chazz toasting to her. Excuse me. I feel so sorry for him, kind of, because I feel like, he's not reading the cues. So how bad for him can we be? feel. You know what I'm saying? He's spending all kind of money on her, and it's been a year. And when he tried to sleep with her, tried to have cozy time, she freaked out. All right, Taylor and Chance. Oh, okay. If Chance is not the creepiest thing alive, I don't know what is. But we see they're getting ready for the daddy-daughter dance, and the two girls whose fathers passed. This part is really touching. I mean, they really want a father in their lives, but I'm still kind of like, girl, he's right out of prison, though. Why don't you give them a little bit of a buffer? But whatever. They're engaged now. And so he's rushing to get the garage ready for Bobby to move into. I'm not clear why she has to move in this night, no matter what. And he's going to go to the dance late, but that's how they're playing the scene. So this is the garage. No, this isn't the this isn't the before picture. This is the after picture. I mean, this is the worst. I mean, Bobby, I think, would rather be in prison. I know she's been in prison, but like, this garage looks hideous. The sofa looks hideous. I'm like, can't she spend one more night in her room? Damn. So here's her at the end of the night. I mean, they don't have a bed for her. They don't have sheets. She's just wrapped up in some cold garage. I mean, I don't see any rats, but are we sure they're not there, people? I don't know. I feel really sorry for Bobby. And she actually, though, the place looks crazy and disgusting, she was really happy that he was helping helping with the daddy-daughter dance. So she actually did not act a fool like she really could have, because this garage was hideous. And finally, in the conclusion, Amber and Puppy are back. Why? I have no idea, but they are. Amber's parents are getting married, so she invites Puppy and her new fiance/boyfriend. Amber's parents actually are really cute, and if you all don't recall, Amber's mother actually had been in prison with Amber and Puppy, so it seems like she's back on track now, so that part is really nice. And we see Puppy and her new crazy guy, Eric. Like, if he don't look scary, I don't know what does. But one person I love is their friend Queen. Queen says, I know how to do time. You better take care of my girl. And I want a Queen on my team, because none of my friends, I think, know how to do time like that. But I love Queen, and they both are like, okay, first of all, we find out in this episode, Eric is married. Like, what? Okay, I don't know. So he's married. So even though he's engaged to Puppy, he can't actually marry her until he gets a divorce. So that's one thing we find out. And as they start to question him, he gets angry and kind of just drives off and leaves her basically stranded. So where he really just looked like a little bit of an asshole, now he's the full-blown ass by the end of the episode. So yeah, you guys, I got through that pretty quickly. Because, this episode really wasn't that interesting, honestly. But for those of you that checked it out, thank you for staying till the end. I love that. Like, subscribe, comment. Now I'm pretty much caught up on everything except for Seeking Sister Wives. But after that, we should be good to go. So like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on at the next video. Ciao for now, folks. Bye.
You ain't talking, you ain't talking.